as far as what I'm doing is going to be better on YouTube. All right. I'm going to leave this going in the background. I'm going to turn it down slightly. So for those of you guys that don't know, Reiki and energy work is intense as far as working on the body. It is realigning, moving around energies. You basically just got beat up energetically. You got an energetic massage. It is what it is. Drink water. I'm going to drink some Diet Dr. Pepper and some water. All right. So, I'm going to do my first 5 first. And then I'm just going to do them in the order that they came in, all right? There we go. I was like, where is my thing? My feet be freezing. Carrie Schwab. Schwab? Did I say it right? How is my aura so bright? I work on it a lot. So, for those of you guys, 4. Carrie, I feel like there's a 5th. So, all right, Carrie. Let's see if I can get this to where you can see it a little better over here on YouTube without this falling down. All right. There we go. So, Carrie. The first 2 that came out were a black and a dark green. Then you had a gold come out and it's fallen over the side. Then you have a dark blue and then you have a pink. So, let me say this. Black represents, in this case, protection. It is literally this core part right here. I'm trying to pull this back so you can see it. I don't know if you've been feeling the need to up your protections with everything lately, but I would highly recommend that. Because there are 3 things falling off of, coming out of the bowl. One is this golden ribbon. Gold represents the divine masculine. It also represents your gifts. Meaning that those things you don't feel connected to right now. Then you have this dark blue ribbon that's starting to come out. It's only a little bit out the side, whereas this one and this one are hanging way over. This dark blue one right here represents your inner peace, your trust, your loyalty, okay? It's actually laying up over the dark green. We'll talk about the dark green in a minute. Then you have this pink, and it is the one that is the furthest out, hanging the furthest out of the bowl. Pink is love and friendship. The green, the dark green, represents health. It also represents abundance and money. And it is curled up and around with the pink being over it and the blue being over it. So, Carrie, you need to shore up your protections. There is something that's going on with the protections that you've either been doing, not doing, or whatever. Something is splitting these things apart. So, with these protections, something has pushed your gifts over here, and they are starting to be disconnected from everything else. This is why you feel like you can't connect. You can't get all of the download. It's like you can get some of the download, bits and pieces, but you can't get all of it. It's why you can't get all of the message. You can get some of it, but not all of it. That's why. Whatever this line is right here. Now, here's the thing. Before we get over to this side, it literally could be that you have someone in your life here that is doing their best to protect you, and they're actually cutting you off. They're cutting your gift in half. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's the only way I can explain it. It's literally like, here's all of you, like the bowl is all of you, and this is just chopped right here, and it's doing this and pulling things apart. So your gift is going this way. Then over here, you have your abundance and your health, your inner peace and your trust, and then you have your love, and your love is way the fuck out here. So whatever this is, whoever this is that's got the protection going right here, it just needs to be tweaked. Okay? If I turn that down too far, I'm going to get cold again. But if I leave it up, I'm going to get hot. All right. So whatever this is right here, it just needs to be tweaked. So I don't know if you have protections in place. That's where I would start, is with your protections, whatever you're putting in place. It doesn't have to be tweaked in a crazy way, just slightly. It's almost like if I could just lift the ribbon up, if I could just lift the protection up a little bit and let everything flow back in, that's what I would do. So if you have protections in your house, in your apartment, your office, wherever you have your main protections, I would loosen them up in the interior. Does that make sense? I would loosen them up in the interior. So say that you have protections in all four corners of your house and you have a big one in the center, okay? I would take the big one in the center and I would either shift it slightly or I would move it into something smaller. So like if you have one massive, say it's a massive chunk of black tourmaline like this big in the middle of your house that anchors all these other ones together, I would literally redo your protection, and instead of this big one, I would use a smaller one, because that's what's kind of cutting things and separating them. In other words, you're too good at your own protections. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, okay? Protection can be used in both ways, guys, believe it or not. Your own protections can be used in an offense and a defensive way. Those of you guys that are really, really good at protections, that's got to go off one more die. Those of you guys that are really, really good at protections, as Carrie obviously is, you can actually cut your own gift. You can cause a problem with your own gift because you have too much protection. So Carrie, what I would do is I would tweak that middle. I would tweak the middle. Literally, it just needs to be lifted up slightly so everything can come back in. You see what I'm saying? It just tells me, love, that you're amazing at protections. That protection is one of your main gifts. Use that to your advantage. Like, completely use it to your advantage. It means that if you really wanted someone to stop doing some shit to you, you could protect them and basically put a little glass bubble around them. From one protector to another. Trust me. Trust me. Okay? Did that make sense? But it's literally cutting your gift off from every other part of your life. So you're still connected, but not all the way. And here you wondered what was going on, why you couldn't connect. Use it to your advantage, girl. So one of my favorite things to do, thank you for that, Carrie. One of my favorite things to do is protect people that hate me. It's just one of my favorite things to do. Because with protecting people hardcore like that, you can literally put a little glass bubble around them so they can't hurt anybody, you included. Just saying. All right. All right. Miss Laurie. You ready, Miss Laurie? So, Laurie. You have the pink one that's down here below everything. That's love, friendship. Then you have this red one it literally is almost full circle, almost in a triangle right here. Red is action and passion. Then you have this light blue, which is inner peace and also a little bit of nostalgia. And then you have this black ribbon up here that's kind of curled, and it comes in underneath that red and the blue. So, just because I kind of know you and I kind of know your situation, let me say this. Because Some of you guys I read for a lot, or I know you personally. And if you guys are getting a reading from me and TikTok is being a dick, know that I am streaming live on YouTube. So if you miss part of your reading, or if TikTok's being a jerk, I'm on YouTube, okay? So this, I don't ever want to say too much, unless if you guys share it, that's fine, but I don't want to share your business. You know what I mean? So, Miss Laurie, this pink ribbon down here is your love. You know exactly who I'm talking about. I have the red up here on top that's almost in a triangle, but not quite. It's getting there, okay? I see it's turning yellow again. This is action. This is anger, it's passion, etc. It's movement, action. It's completely over this pink ribbon. This pink ribbon. My inner Lurleen came out. I apologize. Back it up. Here we go. There's the green again. All right. If you guys miss any part of this, I am streaming live on YouTube. Yeah. And I'm going to yawn. Woo! Okay. The light blue ribbon up here tells me that whatever this action is, whatever is going on right now, it's causing you to be really nostalgic. It's causing you to have a lot of issues keeping the peace with your love. If that makes sense. It came out of my face that way for a reason. But the black over here interests me because, there you go. It's way over there like that. You're really going to have to be careful when you go forward as far as what this action is right here. It's separating this love from this nostalgic part. Now, here's the thing. I actually don't think this is a bad thing. So I don't know if you're protecting him from somebody in the past, if you're protecting him from somebody that's trying to do some shit. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I feel like. We all have people in our past, this nostalgic color right here, that they come back in with the intent of yawning, with the intent of fixing a relationship or whatever. And that's not always the case. Sometimes they cause more problems than they do good. So you need to have your protections. Ooh, I did not mean to do that. Go right back there. You need to have your protections. Okay, good. I see you over there. You need to have your protections on your love and on this action in place really, really deeply, because whatever or whoever this blue ribbon represents, this nostalgic aspect, is going to cause a lot of problems with this. Have those protections in place really hardcore. I love that on YouTube, this literally looks like a heart right there, does it not? Oh, it looks even like it over there. Look at the heart. It looks like it from there. That's so funny. So this is trying to protect your love from this. You know who it is? Okay, good. I'm glad that makes sense, and I'm glad you know who it is. And I'm sorry that you're having to deal with that. It's not ever fun to have to deal with that. So, I'm sorry, love. There we go. I was like, I'd like you to work, sir. I'm glad that makes sense, sweetheart. Okay, good. Well, just know that's an issue. This blue ribbon, whoever this is it's an issue. It's an issue. Thank you, hip mama. All right. But I do love this. I love how this fell. Like, it's beautiful, straight, perfect. There's no kinks, no movement in it. That makes me happy for him, for your love. That makes me happy. That's why I wanted to pick all this up where you could see. I mean, it's kinked because it's been in the thing, but this makes me happy. That makes me happy. All right. Miss Alyssa Kaiser. So I have taught classes on this before. It's been a while. There you are, love. So I don't remember where I found this. I think I found this at Michael's. It was on clearance, but it's just a very light, solid wood heart bowl. And I love it. It's perfect for bone and ribbon readings. It makes me happy. Makes me happy. All right. Okay. So, you have the dark purple that loops up and around. You have the light blue. Then you have a medium purple. And then you have pink. So, I'm curious, Miss Melissa, why it is that you're holding back on your own self as far as your own gifts. The purple represents spirituality, the deep purple, okay? It represents spirituality. It represents a royal feeling about yourself. The blue, the light blue, represents both inner peace and that nostalgic aspect. The light purple here represents your gifts themselves. And then you have this that represents love. And see how it's kind of back here away from these? It's almost like you're keeping your own self from these gifts. So also seeing this blue ribbon down under here but over the purple tells me that as a kid, you had massive gifts. You had very intense, massive gifts. I imagine that either you scared yourself or somebody gave you the old spiel of we don't talk about that stuff or we don't do that or that's bad or whatever. So you shut them off. Like you shut the door. You shut the door. The door is trying to bust wide open again. But I don't know. You know what I do know? I don't understand, let me say it that way, why you don't trust your own gifts. I have a feeling it's because someone throughout your life has told you that either you're crazy or we don't talk about that stuff, whatever it is. Honey, you need to trust your own gifts because this is a massive, beautiful thing that you have here, and it's trying to manifest again. But you're holding it back. You're holding it back for some reason. Part of it is this pink ribbon here, this love, friendship, etc. So I imagine that you're holding it back because of other people in your life. You don't want to either alienate them or yourself. But let me tell you this. If you, and this goes for all of you because I know you're not the only one that needs to hear this. If you hold these gifts back to make other people around you comfortable, eventually these gifts will come out hardcore, full force, and you won't have any way to handle it except to kind of apologize later. It's best to let them out as they're coming to you. So if you start having all of these gifts, if you start having things happen, if you start having dreams, if you start seeing things, knowing things, etc., any of your clairs start to go boop, 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 acknowledge it, use it, etc., because they're going to come out hardcore. When gifts start to remanifest, guys, you have to kind of just relax and let it go as they come. That's the best way I can explain it. They're going to start to come out. And then one day you're going to wake up and be like, holy shit, I'm doing the thing. If you don't let them out, they just are going to come out and overwhelm you. I swear, did y'all hear that? That was a dramatic dog right there. She just came in here and threw herself on the floor. Vulcan, I love you. She legit, did y'all hear that? She legit just threw herself on the floor. But one of the things I would recommend, Miss Melissa, I would highly recommend. And this is for any of you guys that have gifts coming out that you're not sure how to make them better, how to utilize them, etc. There's a book called The Psychic Witch. It is black and white. It's on Amazon. It has an owl on the front. It's also on Audible. I highly recommend it. I highly, highly recommend it. Okay. It will help you build your clairs. And here's the other thing too, that this pisses me off to no end when I see people on TikTok that are like, oh, to be a witch or to have gifts or whatever, you have to blah, blah, blah. No, that's not true in any way, shape, or form. Every single person has gifts. Every single human being has clairs. Every one of you. Every one of you. Empathy, being empathic is a clair. Having prophetic dreams or having other types of dreams where you just know things is a clair. Hearing things is a clair. Seeing things is a clair. Smelling things is a clair. All of these are clairs. Every one of you has it. That gut feeling you get is a clair. Okay? It is a clair. So I will also tell you guys this. Hey, Mob, how are you? I'll also tell you guys this. If you guys go on my link tree, if you ever are curious about books and you want some books, on my link tree is a list to my Amazon profile. Like I have a social account on Amazon and I have suggested like things on there, books I suggest, etc. You can find a link to it on there. Okay? Now, there's a ton of books on there. I'm just going to warn you now. I'm a humongous nerd and I have a lot of books. And everybody's always asking me for book recommendations. There you go. I have them on there. Okay? So, Miss Melissa, I highly recommend that book for you, honey. It's not that expensive. And if you guys have Audible, it's even better because then you can just kind of listen to it and you can practice it as he's telling you, etc. It's a great book. It's a great book. Okay? Yeah. All right. Miss Suzanne, you ready? You ready? Alyssa, I'm sorry. Why am I calling you Melissa? There is literally no M. I'm so sorry, sugar. I'm so sorry. It's been a long day. Will you forgive me? Thank you for not being like, look, bitch, you can't read. I looked up and I'm like, it literally is Alyssa. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, love. Thank you for not hating me. So for those of you guys who are asking, it's a book called The Psychic Witch. All right. Suzanne, you ready? Well, I appreciate that, Miss Alyssa. I don't know how I overlooked that too. I have a really good friend named Alyssa, and I fucking love her to pieces. Oh, well, you got 5, apparently, Suzanne. Let me turn it this way so you can see. Woo! So you have a big red right here. Then next you have the green, then the yellow, then the blue, and then the purple on the top. Red is action and passion. This lighter green is more analytical and nature-based. The yellow is intelligence. I was almost at intuition. I'm like, that's not the right word, dumbass. It's intuition. It's happiness. Then you have this there's dark blue right here, which is your inner peace and your loyalty and your trust. Then you have the dark purple, which is your spiritual gifts and this royal ability to wield them. This is a jumble of shit. Look at, this is a jumble. It's all jumbled. Your gifts are the only thing that are wide open. Everything else is just jumbled in there. So, Your gifts are on point. Your gifts are wide up, wide open, wide up, wide up. Hang on. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I'm so sorry to hear that you lost your cousin, honey. Is there anything we can do for you? Is there anything I can do for you? It's one of the reasons that I try to make sure that everybody that comes across my life knows that they matter. That knows that they matter. Because I understand how it feels. I understand how it feels to not feel like you have anybody. I understand how it feels to feel alone. And I don't ever want anybody to feel that way. So I'm so sorry that you lost your cousin, Sweet Pea. I'm sorry. And if there's anything at all that we can do, please let us know. Okay? Please let us know. So I hope just seeing everybody's love right here helps a little bit. Helps a little bit. Aww. A lot of people have a lot of things going on, and I'm so sorry. I saw someone said their uncle's funeral is tomorrow. I'm so sorry, honey. All our love goes out to you guys. I know it's really, really hard. So, thank you, Mama Ginger. We try to keep it that way. I keep it that way. My mods keep it that way. I have utterly fantastic mods. All right, Miss Suzanne, you ready? So let me try to explain this so you can unwrap these things to help you out, okay? Because this right here, this jumble, I knew I was going to yawn. Oh, the jumble is keeping you from moving forward, okay? Because everything is so jumbled up. It's keeping you from moving forward. So, let me tell you how to unpack it. Ready? A, your gifts are the one thing that's wide open. Wide open. Yes, Raven, it is, honey. You're welcome, Eric. Your gifts are wide open. Trust them completely. Trust your gut, your intuition, whatever you call it, your spidey sense. Trust your dreams. Trust the things that you just know. Okay? I'm going to peel these back. Okay? Because like you saw the jumble that this is. Okay? So, if you will trust these completely, the next part that you need to unwrap is this here, this dark blue. So see, the dark blue is the next thing that's kind of wide open. This is like playing pickup sticks, okay? Start trusting your gifts completely. Trust your inner peace. And what I mean by that is, look at everything in your life. If it allows you to feel peaceful, if it allows you to have inner peace, and sometimes shit that's not peaceful allows us to have inner peace. A job may be stressful, but it allows us to have a house that has our happy, safe place in it, our inner peace. Okay? Go through and look what allows you to have this inner peace. Trust in those things and strengthen them. If you look at something and you go, oh, this sucks. In no way does this contribute to my inner peace. In no way does this make me feel better. Scrap it. It's really that easy. You guys, you literally do not have to hang out with somebody, be around somebody, anything like that. You don't have to put yourself in a situation, in a place, etc. if you don't want to be there. You don't. You might think you do because you've been conditioned. but you don't. Trust your inner peace. So I see somebody asking about the NDA. Unfortunately, love, I have found out in my years as a writer and in my years in the spiritual community that people will steal intellectual ideas like that. That's why I require an NDA. So it also protects you. So if somebody were to come in and they were to steal something, they were to steal information, or they were to somehow get a hold of anything, not that they could, but it protects you as well. So yeah. An NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, works both ways. So if it protects me, but it protects you too. So if somebody were like, hey, I want to share my family's lineage, my family's history, etc., but I live in an extremely Christian community and I don't want to be out and about with it. I want to be anonymous. That protects you. That non-disclosure agreement protects you, your anonymity. So no matter where this project goes, and that's all I'm going to say on that, no matter where this project goes, if you choose to be anonymous, that NDA protects you. It protects you. Okay? So, Miss Suzanne, the next aspect of this, they're kind of intertwined together, but the yellow is the next one. This is the next one that you need to unpack. So, trust your gifts. Trust your inner peace. Let what makes your inner peace actually inner peace. Let that guide what belongs in your life and not. The next one is this here. Your happiness and this intuition, intellectual power. If it makes you feel dumb, don't do it. If it's something that drains your whole mental ability, don't do it. And I know that sounds like duh, but we forget that. We forget that. Because here's the thing. This is tied with this analytical aspect, the light green. It tells me you're a very analytical person. Go through and analyze all of these things that feel like they are mentally draining. Why are they mentally draining? Is it the person you're around? Is it the situation? Is it the place? Whatever it is. Because if you can remove those two right there, that's kind of two birds, one stone, really. If you can remove those two by going through and analyzing all of that, the only thing it leaves you with down here is this beautiful red ribbon, which is your action to move forward. It's your passion and your drive. So all of those things being on top of your passion and your drive have been holding it down to the point that you get going and then you stop immediately because everything is so heavy on top of your passion. Does that make sense? I hope so. I hope so. Yeah. It's like being overwhelmed because you're overwhelmed. Like that? There we go. Yeah. All right, Naseem, how are you, sweet pea? Oh, did you hear the sound effect over there? How are you, sweetie? I'm glad. Apparently you have 5 too. All right. So, interesting. So you have your yellow ribbon up here by itself. You have your dark green over here, light blue, pink, silver. So the yellow represents happiness. It represents your intuition, your intellectual self. The dark green represents health, represents luck, abundance. I talk really fast and I talk too much, so I have to stop and take deep breaths, like make myself breathe. Make myself breathe. Then you have this beautiful light blue, which is kind of your nostalgia, you thinking back about things. You have the pink, which is love and friendship, and you have the silver, which is the divine feminine and your connection to your personal magic. So, see you. You're kind of disconnected from your own happiness right now, because all of these things are touching except for your happiness, and it's up here by itself. It's almost like you're overthinking your happiness. And I would just say, stop that. But I know it's hard. I know it's hard. When you start overthinking things about your life, it gets tremendously hard to do anything. The silver ribbon over here, the divine feminine, and the connection to your spiritual gifts is connected to your love, your friendship. Now, love in this case, I don't feel like is a person. I feel like because of the things with it, it's just yours. Your love, your self-love, family, friends, etc. Then you have that nostalgic feeling, meaning that you're overthinking a lot of things in your past. And it's actually affecting both your friendships and your self-love, your family, and it's affecting your abundance and your luck over here. So whatever this past aspect is, stop overthinking it. I'm going to tell you how to do that. It takes a little bit of effort. It takes a little bit of training to stop yourself from overthinking, especially about people in your past. When they pop into your mind, they're living there rent-free until you evict them. Evicting them takes a little bit of work. I'm going to yawn. Now, pain is one of the things that resets the sensor in our brain. When you start thinking about this person, this situation that makes you sad, that makes you miss that relationship, it makes you miss that situation, whatever it is, when that pops up, what I would advise is this. This is what I did, and you tweak this how you want to, okay? And I'm sorry that you're going through that. Unfortunately, a lot of people end up in the same situation. I've been there, and it's not a fun way to be. It's not a fun place to be. To be able to stop overthinking about a person, a place, a situation. When they pop in your head, as soon as they do, you have to make a conscious effort to stop. Now, if I'm by myself, sometimes I will literally out loud say, stop. If my brain still keeps going, because my brain's kind of a dick, I'm not gonna lie. I will literally squeeze my hand like this. I will squeeze my fingernails into my palm just hard enough that I'm like, ugh. Because in your brain, it goes, oh, that hurts. Let me concentrate on that for a minute. And now you're not thinking about that person, situation, whatever. Because your brain just got reset because you hurt yourself. You don't have to do it hard. It's just enough to feel that poke, that pain. It doesn't sound hard because it's not. Well, the hard part is making yourself do it. The hard part is making yourself do it. You have to train your brain. The good thing about kicking this person, this situation out of where it's living rent-free is that it gives you way more space up there to concentrate on the things that do matter. When you've been in an abusive relationship, you are told repeatedly what a piece of shit you are. You are made to feel like you are the lowest thing in the world. You are made to feel like you will never be good enough for anyone ever. You won't have freedom. You won't have money. You won't have anything. And I hate that you feel that way. I hate that anybody makes everybody feel that way. And I'm so sorry, honey. Anytime that thought creeps in your head that you're not good enough, Use that technique. Some people, I saw some people say they have a high pain tolerance. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to, you don't have to hurt yourself, guys. Literally, just squeezing your nails into your palm like this, even like I have pretty blunt nails, but I can still do that and my brain goes, oh, that kind of doesn't feel good. I don't have to hurt myself. Just that, squeezing that. Even if you don't have fingernails, you can still poke a little bit, just enough that you're like, oh, your brain suddenly stops thinking about whatever the fuck rabbit wheel it was on. I promise. It takes a minute though, okay? You have to force yourself to go, okay, so-and-so's in my mind. Stop it. Another technique you can do is this. As a kid, we get programmed to 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go. Do we know when we hear 1, 2, 3, something's about to happen after the 3? We're going to shift. We're going to move. We're going to run. We're going to throw something, whatever it is. So when they start to creep into your head, when that situation, whatever, starts to creep into your head, if this doesn't stop it, physically stop, stand still, sit still for a minute. Tell yourself 1, 2, 3, go. And as soon as you hit that 3 and go, you move. To completely move and shift. So like if I were sitting here and my brain started falling down a rabbit hole and I couldn't get it to shut the fuck up because my brain is a dick, I'm not gonna lie. I would sit here and I would pause what I'm doing and I would just slightly turn 1, 2, 3, and then I would go and I would get up out of the chair and go do something. Even if I just went to the bathroom, it's breaking what I was doing, where I was doing it, what I was thinking, etc. It's breaking all of that. It takes a minute to retrain your brain, guys. I'm not going to lie, okay? It sounds easy and it's an easy technique, but you have to keep doing it because once you get to the point where you can stop that thought, you can stop them from living rent-free in your head. You can stop all of those. I see the red dot of death up there. I'll wait. There we go. You can stop these thoughts from becoming so intrusive. And there's the red dot again, of course there is. One thing I would also recommend, guys, if you have been in any type of abusive relationship, therapy will help you. It will. Just knowing that you have someone to talk to about it, it will help you. I put myself in therapy for over a year after I left an abusive marriage. And I still go back every now and then. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay? And Naseem, honey, I'm so sorry that you're going through this. And I'm so sorry that you're having to deal with this in court. And I'm sorry that it's cutting your happiness and everything off up here. So, I'm sorry, sweetie. I would give you the biggest hug if I could, because I never understand how another person can be that way to somebody. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. Woo! Oh, thank you, love. Does this help, Naseem? Does it help? Oh, I'm glad. Thank you. It's probably way more than 5. It's probably way more than 5 yawns. I'm not gonna lie. Because when I'm doing these, I'm like, blah, 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 blah. Good. I'm glad, honey. I'm glad. All right, let me refresh this list because this is being an asshole. It's been a hard week, I swear. All right. So Heather Wilson is next. And the wind outside is like, whoa. It's crazy. All right. So my list is pretty high. Not pretty high, but it's pretty full. So I'm going to stop tickets for just a little bit, and I'm going to get caught up, and we'll go from there. Oh, Lord, why you got to do this? There we go. All right. Heather Wilson. You ready, Heather? Oh, happy birthday, love. I would like for you to just do your thing right there. Wow. You kind of have a tangled web of emotional shit going on. Okay. Underneath down there, you have the pink ribbon. Then you have the light purple ribbon. Then you have the red ribbon. Then you have the blue ribbon on top of it. It's a lot. It's a lot. So here's the thing. This has a couple of different aspects to it. I love you right back, sugar. Has a couple of different aspects to it. This is either a current love or a past love. Whoever this person is, was, I'm going to say it that way, was. Woo! I knew that was coming. Ah! They did such an interesting number on how you see relationships that, hey, Atlas, how are you? You kind of have this weird view of your own passion going forward. You tend to compare other people to this. Woo, right back there. You tend to compare other people to this person, to this situation. You get very nostalgic for this. So, okay. So I have a question, because as I'm kind of talking and unpacking what the ribbons here, I actually feel like this person is gone. So I'm not sure that this is a romantic relationship. I kind of feel like this person is gone and they've just been on your mind a lot lately. But you're comparing everything in your life to situations with that person. Sometimes comparing is also sitting and thinking, I wish this person were here. I wish that person were here. I wish this. I wish that. Because that nostalgic aspect keeps, it's literally wrapped all in through here. Then you have this, you have this other aspect of this piece and so on. I'm sorry that you lost them, honey. I'm sorry that they're no longer here. And I'm not going to say it'll get easier. And I'm not going to say everything happens for a reason. I'm not going to say any of those things. Because what you need to acknowledge in this situation is that it sucks. Is that it's stupid to have lost this person. Even though chances are it wasn't even something, I don't know. Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Even when we lose somebody that we're expecting to lose them. Somebody that has a chronic illness. Something like that. We kind of expect to lose them. It still sucks. It still sucks. I'm so sorry, honey. I'm so sorry. I just caught your message when I looked up. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be mad about it. It's okay to question the universe's timing, to question the universe, to be like, what the fuck, man? This is not fair. It's okay to think about this person. It's okay to compare other people to them. It's okay. It's okay. All of this is okay. So I don't know if somebody is lessening your feelings, if they are not validating them, if they are not giving you the time to grieve, if I don't know. Unfortunately, I know people do that. I found that out the hard way. People that have never been in a situation like that will tell you to get over it. It's been a couple weeks, you should be fine now. Literally not the way that works. Honey, you need to give yourself time. You need to give yourself time. Time to stop and fully grieve. Time to stop and fully appreciate memories. Time to stop and fully be angry at the universe. That's what's going to give you your inner peace back. That's what's going to give you your inner peace back. So I don't know if you've been looking through pictures, if you've been looking through different things, whatever it is. Do that. Sit and do that. Sit and take 20, 30, 45 minutes, an hour, 4 hours. Oh, I'm so sorry, sweetie. I'm so sorry. So you need that closure. I would do whatever it is that you need to do to get the closure you need for that. And I'm so sorry. I understand epilepsy can fuck everything up. Stress seizures can fuck everything up. Yeah. I'm sorry, sweetie. Give yourself whatever it is you need to do to be able to have closure with this situation. Good. I'm glad you got to do that. I'm glad you got to do that, honey. I'm glad you got to do that. So what are you doing for you? What are you doing for you, sweetie? So what are you doing for you? Because that's what needs to happen. You need to do something for you. Okay, well, your spiritual advisor is telling you, honey, you need to do something for you. Okay? You need to do something for you. You don't need to make everyone better right now. You need time to grieve. You need time to be angry, and you need time to process. Okay? You need to take that time and disconnect. Okay? I promise everyone else will be okay. I promise they will. Okay? Yeah. You do what you need to do for you to process, sweetheart, okay? Seriously, feel free to use me as a scapegoat. Hey, my spiritual advisor said I need to take half the day off. I need to sit in a hot bath for 5 hours. Whatever you need to do. Okay? Okay? I hope that helps, sweetheart. And I'm so sorry that you lost her. Okay? All right, Miss Deborah. Probably need to pick up the pace a little bit. I get to talking. I love you too. Thank you, sweetheart. All right, Deborah. I would like for you to come out. Thank you. So, Deborah, you have the really, really dark blue ribbon down there. Then you have the pink ribbon. Then you have the dark green. And you have the red. A lot of dark stuff. A lot of dark things. So what's up, Shadow? I saw that you're, oh, sweetie, you're not a bother, trust me. So, guys, I know a lot of you guys have been sending messages to the site. I don't know what's going on because it's not showing some messages. It's not. We haven't figured out what's going on. We have removed, so we had filters on there, so like if, say, Tiffany had been speaking to you about something, obviously she's going to know the situation more than, you know, Sass would or I would. So we had filters to where, you know, we could put like it was assigned to Tiff, assigned to me, assigned to whatever. So we took those off because we found that when that happens, nobody else can see the messages. It's stupid. Now, some of them aren't showing at all. I don't know what the fuck's going on. And I will tell you guys this too. Tiff has been really, really sick and she had a procedure done this week. And so she's not able to help with messages right now. So it's just Sass and me. Sass has a jobby job and I have so much fucking shit going on. It's not even funny. I'm trying to jump in and help with messages where I can. But we're literally overwhelmed with messages right now. So please, please, please just be patient. But, oh, you're welcome, Eric, honey. But Shadow, I will reach out to you, okay? Because I know that you're waiting on something from me. Okay? So, yeah. Yeah. All right. Deborah, ready? I don't know. Hopefully that she's here and she heard that. Are you still here, Shadow? This is a lot of dark stuff. A lot of deep, and when I say dark, I don't mean bad. It's just heavy. Heavy. Heavy trust issues. Heavy anger. Heavy healing. And this love is all right here through the middle of it. And it's just like that. That's the only thing that's wide open. Debs, you're giving way, way, way too much of you to other people that don't deserve it. Because of that is why all of these other things, like, there we go. Can you see that? I mean, the green fell over the blue like that, and the red, and then you've got the pink straight out like this. You're giving way too much to everybody else, and you, Debs, all your stuff is just jumbled up back here. The more you give to everybody else, the more, it's like the more resentment builds up in there. The more trust issues you get when they fuck you over, the more health issues you get because you're running yourself ragged for everybody else, the more anger you get because they're never doing anything that they're supposed to do. Sweetie, it's a lot. I love that you're so wide open. I love that you do anything and everything for everybody else. I do. I love that. The world needs more of that. But you also have to take time for you. For you. This is something I've been learning the hard way. I've been learning the hard way. Just so you know. So I get it. Y'all gonna get to see me on a lot. You need to take care of your health first. That's the part that's up here. You need to take care of your health first. Because that's what's affecting your abundance as well. Then you need to figure out a way to get rid of some of this anger. Because that's going to come out in a very unhealthy way if you don't. once you deal with those two things, it's much easier to deal with these trust issues back here, because the pink ribbon actually goes over the blue, meaning that your own ability of self-love and self-healing and so on will help heal those things. But you're going to have to take time for you. You're going to have to take time for you. You guys can always use me as a scapegoat if you need to, okay? And my spiritual advisor said, please, feel free. Feel free. I give you permission, okay? Because this is going to end up overwhelming you. Like, the ribbon ends, the pink ribbon ends down here, and this is halfway up. Eventually, it's going to get to the point where you feel like you can't breathe, you can't swallow, you can't do anything because it's weighing on you up here. And then you're going to drown yourself with it. You know what I mean? So, please take some time for you. What moisturizer do I use? You guys really want to know? My grandma swore by the old school oil of Olay. And that's what I use. That's what I use. I use the 7-in-1. So yeah. And I love it. Yeah. Miss Debs, please take time for yourself, okay? Take time for yourself. Like, I'm prescribing that you take at least 30 minutes a day just for Debs. Period. Whether it's sitting in a hot bath, taking a hot shower, going to your room and locking the door, turning your phone off, whatever it is, 30 minutes. Okay? 30 minutes. All right? 30 minutes. Period. You don't get to argue. So, yeah, it's the oil of Olay 7-in-1. So I will tell you guys that I am a natural redhead. Like, I have been sunburnt horribly more times than I can tell you in my life. Really badly. So I do have some age spots, some big weird spots. I have one there and I have one there. But I've had this one here since I was a teenager, from a sunburn. So be really careful. Okay? Be really careful. Like, my shoulders, you can actually kind of see it. Well, no, you can't on that side. But I have freckles everywhere, and I actually have a line where I've been sunburnt so much from wearing like a tank top, whatever. I actually have a line. I have all these freckles and then a line of no freckles. Y'all have to be really careful in the sun. You really do. You really do. I have always taken good care of my skin. Always. I have always moisturized. I have always done all that stuff. Your skin is your biggest organ, guys. I'm also a licensed esthetician. So, I'm also a licensed esthetician. Your skin is your biggest organ. I use a very light exfoliator every time I'm in the shower on my whole body, on my face, on my skin, but I have a special one for my face. Yeah. I also, so it's face yoga now, but whenever I was taking my classes to get my esthetician license in 2014, 13, 2000, yeah, I don't know, 2014, we learned how to do this interesting type of face massage, which is basically defying gravity, pulling things up, but you have to be a little rough with it, going all these different places. It's now called face yoga, apparently. I've been doing it since 2014. I don't do it every day because I forget, but it's a thing, guys. Just because you hear face yoga and it's funny and you're like, I'm not ever doing that, you should do it. You should do it. I'm level 46 and I look better than I ever have in my life. Just saying. Just saying. So I'm a cheapie. I literally use the oil of Olay. The body wash. I use the Oil of Olay body wash. I actually have a couple of different kinds because I like the smells of them, and I couldn't decide. So yeah, but I use the ones that have the exfoliating little pebbles in them, whatever they are. Yeah, yeah. And then I have a few different exfoliators that I use on my face. My favorite one though is actually Dermalogica. It's more of an expensive one, but it's Dermalogica. They have a powder. It doesn't take much, just a little tiny bit. You just put a couple of drops of water in it to make it a paste. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. So yeah. Yeah. Yes. You can always send me something, Eric. I love Estee Lauder stuff. Best lip liners ever. Yes. If you guys do anything like that and you ever want me to try something of yours, happily. I'm breaking TikTok again. Yeah, so the school that I went to for my esthetician license, they pushed the Dermalogica brand. I like it, but the exfoliator is the only thing I can use. The rest of it makes my face break out. I've never had a problem with my skin. Even when I was a teenager, I didn't have zits. Every now and then I get a stress pimple, and that's about it. I can't use their stuff. I just can't. My skin doesn't like it. You can send it to my shop if you'd like to. If you guys, I need to do another video. If you guys ever send me anything to my shop, you send me a card, you send me a letter, you send me anything at all. I have a whole wall. When you walk in my shop, the whole hallway is photos and cards and letters, because I figure if you guys take the time to send me something, I want to make sure to appreciate it. Plus, I have days when I'm really, really down, and that helps. Yeah. Once the dot comes back, there we go. Would one of my mods put my shop address in? That's where I get all my mail at. All right, Stuart, you ready? I gotta quit yakking. Every now and then I make my own sugar scrubs. Not every now and then. I have them in the shop. I have some new ones coming out. We'll talk about that some other time, though. All right, Stuart. So you have the big pink ribbon up here. You have the bright yellow here. You have the beautiful green there. Black going off the bowl. And then your blue, light blue underneath. All right. So I'm going to, hey, unknown, I already did it. Every Thursday at 8:30 Central, I do a Reiki session. How beautiful. How you doing? Everybody's hearing you over there making the noises. Stuart, I don't know if you're here or if you're over here, but we're gonna have a chat here, sir. We're gonna have a chat here, sir. Ready? We're gonna have a chat. That green right here, being kind of underneath everything. You're on both? Good. Good. You ready? That dark green being down underneath there. Underneath your happy part. Over the inner peace. You have a lot of happiness in your life. You have a lot of things to be happy for right now. You have a lot of things that are working in your favor, whether you realize it or not, guys. Well, not guys. Stuart. Then guys. Sometimes we manifest things, we ask for things, and the universe gives them to us, but we see them as something bad because it's not how we envisioned it to be. So I had a friend who's having a lot of relationship problems and couldn't move because of legal, like leases and so on. And then they were manifesting, they did all these workings, they did all these things. to try to get out of this relationship, trying to figure out a good way out of it. Like, even an attorney told them they were fucked. They couldn't do anything about it. And then they got evicted because the landlord sold the house out from under them. And they were very upset. And I said, do you not just realize that you manifested a way to get out of that lease? I'm just saying. So sometimes we manifest things and we don't even realize that we've manifested that we got the exact perfect answer to what we were manifesting. I don't know why this is doing this tonight. Let me see if I can get it back on Wi-Fi. This is dumb. I am on YouTube. Trying to get it back on Wi-Fi. The wind is really bad here, and I've noticed when the wind is really bad, it does this shit. I am on YouTube, guys. I'm streaming live on YouTube, and that one hasn't froze up yet. Knock on wood. I paused, Valkyrie, because I knew that was being a dick. But I am live on YouTube. It's about a minute, or well, about an hour and 5 minutes in is where yours starts. Okay. You have a lot of things right now going your way, whether you realize it or not. The fact that this black one is going off the table, I mean, I know you can see it kind of right there. Like that. You don't need to put more protections in place right now. You really don't. I know that sometimes it's like, well, I probably need to fix my protections. I need to fix my protections. You don't right now. You don't right now. Okay? They're doing what they're supposed to do as far as your inner peace goes. Be happy and be thankful for all the things going on in your life right now. Even if it doesn't seem like what you've been asking for. It is. It's bringing you in exactly what you've been manifesting. Be happy. Don't overthink the things that are happening. Just let them happen. And here's the other thing, and I'm going to say this way, and I hope you understand why I'm saying it this way. Keep your love separate from all of this other stuff. It's like this over here doesn't have to do with a relationship. I don't know if it's business. I don't know if it's outside I don't know what it is. But keep your love private. I don't know why I feel like that needs to be private and over here. But it does. Keep it separate. Okay? I hate my sneeze, y'all. I really do. I used to have this awesome ass, like, achoo, like man sneeze. And now it's like, it started about the same time that I really started snort laughing. And it pisses me off. Pisses me off. I want a man sneeze. I want everybody in the neighborhood to know I sneezed. Not now. Not now. You know what it is? It's fucking karma. It's karma. My sneeze is karma. Because when I was in middle school, we had a teacher who had this like sneeze. She didn't sneeze like that. She literally went like that. And it was the most girly, cute Barbie sneeze I ever heard in my life. And we all laughed at her for it. We all made fun of her for it. And now I'm fucking starting to sneeze like that. It's fucking karma. Fucking karma. So Iron Valkyrie, I hope that made sense. I hope that made sense. Keep this separate than this. Your protections are perfect how they are. You don't have to change them right now. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to be. Barbie sneeze is a good thing. I need to write that down. We need to make something with a Barbie sneeze, don't we? There you go. I don't know where Valkyrie went, so hopefully he'll be back here in a second, or he'll understand what I was saying. So yeah. Your husband sneezes like an eruption. That's funny. That's funny. Good. Okay. Okay. That makes me happy. Did you hear how many beeps I had to do? Did you hear that? I'm glad. I'm glad. So that made sense to you then. Because I was like, I don't know why I need to say this way, but this is how, yeah. I'm so glad that made sense. Yeah. But your protections are okay. They're perfect how they are. Don't shift them right now. Don't shift them right now. All right? So how did your auction go, Valkyrie? How did your auction go? You would love to meet me in person. So I just updated on my site where I will be this year. Just so you guys know. Miss Kelly Allen, ready? Now look here, sir. Ah! Why? You know what? I'm leaving it. I can't. It's not fair. It's not fair. So, Kelly, I will say that this kept grabbing a piece of zebra, which stands for teamwork. Just saying. You're in the Fort Worth area. We'll imagine that. I will be at Texas Frightmare in May on Memorial Day weekend, which is in Dallas, in Irving. So, if you guys would like to know where I'll be this year, I have not added anything for the East Coast or Upper West Coast. I'm sorry. I'm waiting on a few other things to solidify, but I did add an event in Chicago, and I did add an event in LA. So, yeah. All right. Ready, Kelly? Did you? This thing was being a jackass. So if you go on YouTube, it was 1 hour and about 4 or 5 minutes in is when I went through all the other things. Did that make sense? So if this starts acting up again, guys, know that I'm streaming live on YouTube and everything is being recorded. So that way, if something fucks up like TikTok, if the government bans it in the middle of this, I got you. I got you. Okay? Yeah, got you. All right. Ready? Ready? All right. I'm so sorry that you feel the need to make a troll account and troll, honey. Yeah. I hope you find what you need, honey. Hope you find what you need. I just blocked them from my whole account. I've never understood that, but it is what it is. All right, Kelly. Ready? So, Kelly, you have the big yellow ribbon up here in this really cool pattern. Then you have the black ribbon straight across, and then underneath here you have the red, you have the white curled on itself, and the blue. So up here, let's talk about this first, okay? Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Give the trolls the love they need to, guys. I'm sure they will take the time to make a new account and come back in 2 minutes. Let's do a countdown. Yeah? Let's do a countdown. Because they're obviously going to say the same thing. All right, Kelly. So, you've got the black line up here separating both of these things. Above this, you have this beautiful yellow ribbon, which is intelligence, it's intellectual aspects, it's also your intuition. However, it's being cut off from all this down here. I don't feel like this is protection that's cutting this off. As in, other words, there was another reading where I was like, hey, this protection is cutting this off. Because down here, you have this passion, this anger. It's not really anger. I'm going to say passion. You have this nostalgia aspect, and then you have this beautiful white ribbon that's curled in on itself that's knowledge. Okay? So, whatever this black line is, it's keeping these things separate. Oh, you're compartmentalizing. Okay. You're compartmentalizing. Shit. Kelly. Kelly. Honey, you're going to have to take time and deal with this. I understand compartmentalizing pain. I do. But if you look at this, all of this is this issue, and this is where you're operating. Oh, there you are over there. Okay? This is up where you're operating. All of this down here is the issue that you have to deal with. You have to deal with. And just because I know you and I know a little about your situation, I don't feel like this is the big elephant in the room situation. This is something else. It's something else. I don't know if it's sprung from that situation, if it's, I don't know what it is, but you're compartmentalizing this. This is nostalgia. This is like some passion, some action, and this is knowledge. This is you seeking knowledge, but you're compartmentalizing it. Okay? It's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. This ability to operate in this intellectual aspect up here is getting tinier and tinier and tinier. You have got to deal with this. You've got to deal with this. Because if you don't, this is going to get smaller and smaller until you have to deal with it. And when this happens, when I compartmentalize, I get it. It's going to get to the point where it's going to force you to deal with it. You're not going to have a choice. So it's better to start dealing with it now. Start unpacking it and dealing with it now. And then that way you don't have to stress about it. Okay? Because otherwise it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Okay? So start unpacking it now. Do you know what situation I'm talking about? Because this isn't even the big situation. It's just something you're like, I will deal with it later. I will deal with it later, and you keep squishing it down. Like I hit the ball. You keep squishing it down. It's going to explode out. Okay? You know, if you need me, I'm here. Oh, there you are over here. You don't know what situation it is? I have a feeling that it's going to make itself known. You may not even realize you're compartmentalizing it. That may be why you continue to compartmentalize it. But it's keeping all of this stuff way up here, so you can't fully enjoy happiness, because this is like this boiling undercurrent. It's almost like having a layer of ice, and up on top of the ice, everything is sunshiny and happy. But underneath is this just festering, boiling shit. That's what's going on. So, I'm always here if you need me, Miss Kelly. Okay? Always. I got you, girlie. Just saying. Hey, Monique, how are you? All right. I love you too, sugar. All right, Bob, you ready? And Tammy, you're after Bob. Everybody keeps pulling the red ribbon. Shit. So, you have the beautiful light purple down there. Then you have the pink. Then you have the yellow. Then you have the red. There it is. I knew it was coming. So, first of all, let me say this. I am really proud of you because all this right here, you're doing everything you can to be happy with you. You're literally doing everything you can to be happy with you. You're dealing with the memories, the past in a healthy way. You're learning self-love. You're like really, really doing like the best you've been doing in a while. Like you have this amazing happiness going on. I'm going to turn this around so you can see how I'm seeing this. See all of this amazing stuff right here? This is all fantastic. Dealing with the past in a healthy way. Self-love. See how it's up curling around the happiness and everything? I'm really proud of you. This is fantastic. This is making me mad. This, and I want you to see this. It literally looks like it's coming in like bam. This is somebody or something that's doing everything they can to cause problems with this. And that's some bullshit. That right there is some bullshit. So, they're hitting you right in that self-love aspect. Or it. And it's also coming in a little bit on some past stuff because it's kind of sneaking in like that. I would recommend absolutely shoring up your protections and your boundaries. Because I have a feeling that this is a person. And I don't know if they're doing it on purpose or if it's that person that's like, well, I have your best interest in heart. No, you don't. No, you don't. If you're doing everything you can to wreck my self-esteem, to wreck any part of self-love, any of that, this person does not have your best interest in mind, Bob. People that do it in the little like backhanded way where they're like, you know that I love you, but you are doing so great and I'm so proud of you, but it's the person that throws the but in there all the time. Whoever this person is right here, you have to set serious boundaries with them because you have made all of these massive leaps forward with you, with where you're going and with where you're supposed to go. All of this amazing stuff. And they're trying to undermine it for some fucking fucked up reason. And it makes me angry for you. So shore up your boundaries, shore up your protections, and set them in stone. Don't let this person continue to do this. Because they're going to end up undermining and causing... Because right now, all of this is together and it's working fantastically. I'm really proud of you for this because you've worked hard for this. Eventually, this person right here is going to come between your self-love, how well you've been doing with dealing with past traumas and so on, and they're going to cause a rift in there. And those past traumas are going to start causing a lot of issues with your self-esteem again, with your self-love. So if you need me to spiritually throat punch somebody for you, I'm down. Because that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. And I consider you my friend. And I don't like people fucking with my friends. I'm just saying what I'm saying, Bob. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Whoever this is. And I think that they're doing it under the guise of helping you, giving you advice or whatever. But they are not. They are not. Okay? No. You're so welcome, Toe Water, honey. I'm so sorry you're going through something difficult. I had to get my septarian. Be playing with it. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I'm glad I can help in any way. I'm serious. Does that help, Bob? Because I have a feeling you're already feeling this crack, this rift right here, and not understanding what's going on. That's what's going on. This person's doing everything they can to fuck with you. And you just let me know. I got you. I got you. You're welcome, sweetheart. I got you. All right, Tammy. And then Bitsy, I have you next. I have 2 for you next. Hey, Tammy, how are you? Really? Really? You're gonna pull shit too, Cammy? No, we're not adding shit. Do not confuse the Bodhi. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna. All right, ready? So, pulled some interesting colors. Big dark blue in here, light blue in that way, beautiful yellow, pink. Pink is underneath everything. So this makes me feel like you're holding back your own self-love. And I don't understand why. It's like you're putting on this air of everything's fine. Kind of this cold, outward way of being. Does that make sense? Aww, they came back. I feel special. I feel special. They created a new account just for me. Love it. Love it. I might cry. Sorry. It's funny at this point. It's funny. You're putting on this air of, it's almost like this cold outward boundary layer, like being super cool. When inside there's all of this other stuff going on. You have a fuck ton of trust issues going on. You're worried about your own happiness over here. And you are not wanting to show or give self-love, love, etc. at all. It's like that is way just way down there. So thank you for all the gifts, love. So what I hate about this is it tells me that somebody's really done a number on you lately. And it's almost like, so a lot of times when we have gone through a whole bunch of trauma in the past, there it is. That's still there. Even though we're working on it, even though we're healing, even though, oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart, even though we're getting better, it doesn't take much and all this shit starts to fester and boil and bubble. And I'm sorry that you're going through this again lately, honey. I do want to say this, you aren't alone in going through this. You are not. Because a lot of people are right now. A lot of people are right now. I don't know why. I don't know why. So whatever this is, I'm not going to tell you that you're handling it wrong by putting this protective aspect out. Okay? I'm not going to tell you you're wrong for that. Because I feel like this is a defense mechanism. Okay? Aww. I'm sorry, Brianna, honey. You okay? You alright? Everybody right now is having a horrible, hard time with shit. Okay? Everybody is having a horrible, hard time with shit. We all have our defensive mechanisms. I hate that when you actively think about swallowing and then you can't swallow. It's like, swallow, bitch, swallow. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. What the fuck is up with my face tonight? Yawn, can't swallow, fun. This is not wrong. You have your... Sorry, that's funny, Queen Regan. You have your defense mechanism in place, and I'm not going to tell you it's wrong right now. What I am going to tell you is just don't stay behind it forever. Okay? Don't stay behind that defense mechanism forever. Because then it becomes a habit, and it's really hard to get out from underneath it. Okay? Oh, the red dot of doom. It is what it is. Coolsies. Let's go back to this then. Oh, now you're going to work? Gotta love it. Gotta love it. I'm back. I don't know what the last thing was you heard me said. You heard me said. I don't know what you said. What you heard me say. But don't stay there, Tammy. Okay? Don't stay there. I feel like everybody right now has an interesting defense mechanism in place. Such as throwing themselves on the floor. And then sighing really big. So, just let them stay this time. You might as well. I feel so special that they are making all these new accounts just for me. Thank you. Yeah. Don't stay there, honey. Okay? But right now, it's okay, Kathy. Like, they're just going to keep doing it. I'm not going to block them anymore. I'm just going to mute. Just mute them when they come in. I love that they are taking... I mean, I feel really special. Do you know that means they are going and creating a whole brand new email and then opening a brand new TikTok just to make that same comment. It's funny. It's funny to me. Like, that's a lot of effort. That's a lot of effort. That's a lot of effort. So I'm down. Yeah, it is too much work. It is too much work. Hey, that works for me too. Let them help me out. I'm so glad that I'll get to see you in Nashville, sweetie. All right, Bitsy. So I'm doing your ribbon reading, and then I have you for a full bone reading. Yeah, it is too much effort to troll. And here's the thing, like, if there's somebody that comes across my my thing, if there's somebody that comes across my thing and I don't want to do that, I don't want to see them, I don't want to watch their whole video, I will not watch a video all the way through. Just because I have a lot of followers, I don't want to give them my whole view. You know what I mean? You're not getting a whole view from me. Just a little bit. So I'll be damned if I would take the time to do that. And then, I mean, hey, like somebody pointed out, they're helping me in the long run. They're helping me in the long run. So yeah. And it doesn't really help to report them much because they'll never log back into that account again. They're just creating random emails, signing up for TikTok, coming back. How about it, man? How about it? Well, I thought I had more goldfish than that. I had 1.5 goldfish in that bag, and I'm a little sad. All right, Bitsy, ready? So you got kind of an interesting jumble here. So you have the pink ribbon like this, and it actually comes, the pink ribbon is on the bottom and on the top simultaneously. So it comes down like this and up. And then you have the gold ribbon that's winding like that. You have the green ribbon here and the purple ribbon here. So the pink ribbon is love and friendship. I know, right? It is kind of flattering. See? Thanks for pushing my algorithm up, sweet pea. The gold is the divine masculine, but it's also your connection to your clairs. The green is money, luck, and the purple is your spiritual path, which is the straightest of all the ribbons. I love this. Like, I love this. I know that just because I've talked to you a little bit recently, and I know you feel like you're blocked, like you're not sure, whatever. Honey, you're absolutely on the right path. You're doing exactly what it is you're supposed to be doing. And I will tell you this, the love aspect here, the family aspect, is literally the icing on the cake and the foundation for all of this. I know that it's frustrating to not be rocketing forward sometimes, but you're moving at the pace you're supposed to be moving at. Everything is going exactly how it's supposed to go. And it's fantastic. It's fantastic. Having this gold here, because it actually curls up all the way up under here. Your connection to your gifts lies in your self-love, your family, your friends. That in turn leads to this abundance, which in turn leads to your spiritual path being stronger. Don't stress about things not moving forward as fast as you think they should. They're moving exactly how they're supposed to move, I promise. I promise. You have one hell of a foundation there, and I hope that, I know you already know that. I know you already know that. You have one amazing foundation there. And I hope that you fully appreciate it, because a lot of people don't have that. So don't take that for granted. It's part of what is building this momentum for you going forward. And you are a very, very lucky soul to have that. You are a very lucky soul to have that. And I'm really proud of you, because this is all tied in there together, and I love it. I love it. See how everything's tied together? Yeah. I love it. I'm proud of you, sweetie. Just let it keep going. Just let it keep going. Okay? So now, I gotta pull my ribbons out of here so I can do your bone. There we go. Put these back in there. Feel like that's only one issue. I feel like there's two issues. There we go. Okay, that makes more sense. So what I'm looking at here, pull this way. It's harder to tilt these because these will slide. So you have the cat vertebrae, you have the zebra. So the cat is walking between both worlds. Zebra is teamwork. The star anise is protection. You have a lot of protection going on here, because then you also have the black tektite, which is spiritual protection. You have the turtle bone, which is strength. You have the buffalo bone, which is wisdom. You have the shell, which is grounding. Then right here, I don't know if you can see it on there, that little tiny thing right there is a rattlesnake head. And then you have the imperial jasper. The rattlesnake head is two different things, and It can stand for either somebody fucking with you with something bad, trying to, put some venom in there, or it can stand for rebirth. Then you have the Imperial Jasper here, which stands for really owning your own personal power. Okay? So when I just had this come out and I was like, no, there's some other aspect to this. This is one thing and it comes off over here. So what I'm curious, because you have this cat bone and it's literally propping, see, it's literally propping the zebra up. Okay. What that tells me is, okay, well, let me ask this because you're right here and I can ask you the question. And I just need a yes or no. Okay. What this tells me is that A, you're having interesting dreams lately. And by interesting dreams, I mean you're waking up with these discombobulated images that you're like, this in no way goes together. I don't know if this is from different parts of dreams or what. You're having interesting dreams. But only when you, and I want you to experiment with this, okay? They're only when you are laying next to or touching your husband. You have to have him next to you. He's your grounding, he's your protection, and he's your strength here. He's like your tether. Not like, he is your tether. He's your tether. So I want you to do an experiment. And I have, just because I've talked to him too, I'll bet he'd be game to help you. Here's what I want you to do. For 1 week, I want you to sleep under different blankets. Okay? You sleep under one sheet, him sleep under one sheet. Where that way you can still technically touch each other, but there's a barrier in between you when you're sleeping. Okay? And I want you to pay attention. I want you to record your dreams. And then, or you can do this either way. And then 1 week, normal. But I want you to actively try to put your hand on his skin, whether it's his chest, his arm, his head, whatever. I want you to actively have your hand or something on your arm against his arm, whatever it is, skin to skin somewhere. Okay? I want you to try that 1 week of one and 1 week of the other, and I want you to look at your dreams between the 2 weeks. I'm willing to bet my butt. Not really, because I don't know how I'd give that to you. But I'm willing to bet my butt that when you have him to tether you here, you're walking both worlds. You're walking both worlds. You're able to go a little further because you have a tether here. And I have a feeling that your connection, because seeing this protection and this spiritual protection, like the spiritual protection is touching the protection, which is touching the teamwork, which is literally being propped up by the cat bone, which is walking both worlds. I'm willing to bet that you can go further and you can do more when you are physically touching him somehow. Skin to skin. He's your tether. Pay attention to your dreams. Even if you wake up and everything is discombobulated, weird, like what the fuck? Record it. Voice record it immediately. Immediately. And if you don't have a sleep app on your phone, you might consider getting one. I don't remember. I have one. I don't remember the one I use. But it's like $20 for the year. And you turn it on before you go to bed. You set your alarm. And it actually will, I don't know how it tells you, but it will tell you how you've been in deep sleep and so on. And I've noticed that the nights I travel, I do this in my sleep. Like it's this crazy wave. And I stay in that middle part of the sleep a lot. I don't get down in the REM sleep too much. I would love, just as an experiment, to see what changes. You know what I mean? To see what changes whenever you are touching him physically and when you are not. Like, I'm dying to know now. I want you to do this experiment, 1 week of each, and see what you see. because this tether is not only your strength, but it's your spiritual strength. And I don't know that you even realize, I don't know if you even realize the depth of this strength. Not only is it providing you with some spiritual wisdom, but it grounds you. There is such a thing as being too grounded. And I have a feeling that may be what's happening, because this shell is right here on this buffalo. It's on top of it. So I have a feeling that may be what's happening, is that you are a little bit too grounded. When that happens, we have a problem traveling, because we're so grounded. It's like, instead of being our normal self and being able to take off, we're wearing lead shoes, lead pants, and we can't go anywhere. You need a little bit of a rebirth. A lot of it is to own your own personal power. The thing I love the most about the rebirth aspect is that's literally what this weekend is about. Spring solstice is about rebirth. It's about new beginnings. It's about things coming in. I would absolutely do something for you as far as your own personal spiritual working for the solstice. I would absolutely do that. Yeah. Oh, do they really? I have used this bowl for a while. I love this bowl. I really think I got it at Michael's on clearance. I know it was on clearance because I only paid like $3 for it. I saw it and I was like, yes, please. So, I'm really interested to see what shifts for you after these 2 weeks. Do something for you this weekend. I would spend like the next couple of days really planning out what it is you want to do for the solstice. I mean, involve the hubby, involve whoever. But you need to do something for you. Okay? Solstice-wise. And then I cannot wait to hear about how this experiment goes. I think it's going to surprise you. I think it's going to surprise you. And I think it will show you the depths of this right here. Your hubby is more important to you than you realize. More ways than one. There's an absolute reason that the two of you met when you did, how you did, why you did, etc. There's a reason. There's a reason. Okay? So a fan sent me these. I got them in the mail today. She sent me 2 pairs, pink and blue, and I couldn't decide which ones to wear, so I wore one of each. But they are these beautiful little carved wood earrings, and they say just breathe on them. They say just breathe. I love them. And they're super lightweight. Like, they're super lightweight. I didn't even realize I got them on. So yeah, they're so sweet. They're so sweet. Miss Joy sent them to me. I don't know what Belkin's doing in there, but I hear weird noises. I'm hoping she's just playing with her toy. All right, Miss Bitsy. Does that make sense, girl? So, I have Veronica Kolarick. And then, I have Heather Ventura, Joy Peters, Legala Wheat, Jacqueline, I have you for 2, Eric, Sean, Phoenix, and Kim. And then I'll refresh my list here in just a second. All right, Legala. Okay, there we go. Make sure I'm not fucking my list up, because this is what's going to happen. All right, Miss Veronica. Where are you at, girl? Oh, thank you, Miss Nancy Pooh. Usually Veronica's over here on YouTube. Candy. I probably ought to put ribbons in a different bag. Maybe I just need a purple Crown Royal bag for them. Or a green one. I need an apple one. Somebody sent me an apple Crown Royal bag. because I don't drink. Thank you, love. I need to put this on Amazon. I have these in several colors, and they're kind of like a bat wing. So they had the bingo wing, but I love the sleeves on them because they're tight here and loose here. And any of you ladies, anybody that wears more dressy shirts, I also love that they have a band at the bottom. So they're kind of loose here, so they kind of hide the flappy flaps right there. It's awesome. They are super, super lightweight. Like super lightweight, but warm at the same time. The only thing, you want to have cute bra straps because they do have a very wide neck. So yeah. Yeah. So I will put these on my Amazon thing. I need to go through and make some more lists right now. I have shoes and books on there. The two things closest to my heart right now. Shoes and books. Yeah, my kids call these the bingo wings. Oh, mine are way up there. But I've been working on them. Because when they made fun of me for having bingo wings, I was like, and I'm done. Push-ups it is. No! So, yeah. But, yeah. I love these shirts. They're super fucking comfortable. And if you have any kind of body issues whatsoever, I'm pretty confident, but I still have some body issues. They make you feel very elegant and put together and sexy at the same time. And I think they're like 20 bucks. They're not much. 20, 25 bucks. So, yeah. There you go. Hey, there's Veronica. Yeah, there's a link to my Amazon in my bio there. Hey, Miss Veronica, how are you, sugar? I mean, we're about to find out, but... I'm a little disappointed and that the trolls stopped. Did y'all notice that? I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. All right, Miss Veronica. How beautiful. Oh, you guys on YouTube can see the nose, but you guys over here don't get to see the nose. We got eye booger. Let me get it. I feel like I'm forever picking eye boogers. I love you. Love you face. Love you face. Even if you were an asshole today. She was an ass at the shop. An ass at the shop. Alright. Miss Veronica. So you have the light blue out here. These are all kind of twisted together a little bit, but the light blue is the only one that's pretty far out here. You have the yellow that comes up and down. You have the green that winds in and around it. You have the white that winds in and around that. Hey, Belkin, leave him alone. Belkin. I'm going to apologize in advance. She is under my desk. Come here, Belkin. What you been learning, girl? What you been learning? White is knowledge. It's purity and so on, but it's knowledge in this case. Then you have this green, which is grounding and abundance, luck. Then you have this yellow, which is intellectual and happiness, and it curls in like this. But then you have this kind of inner peace, nostalgic aspect right here. So I don't know what you've been delving down. I don't know what you've been learning, but you're on the right track. Hey, what are we doing, you two? Bear. I love me some Belkin, but she's fascinated with my littles. Come here, Bear Bear. Come here. Nope. She's going crazy. So y'all get a Bear Bear reading. Hey, go lay down. Belkin Platz. Platz. I know, I love you too. She's fascinated with him because he wants nothing to do with her. He's the sweetest. So I don't know what you've been learning, Veronica, but you're on the right path. You are absolutely on the right path. Whatever this nostalgic aspect is that's causing you to delve down the rabbit hole, keep doing it. Okay? Keep doing it. She's about to go in the crate. She's about to go in the crate. See, now she's going to go fuck with Zeus, Donna. Yeah, now she's going to go fuck with Zeus. Can I have a hug? I love it. He knows I will do whatever the fuck he wants me to do, too, when I get a hug from him. Oh, until that. And then he's like, pet me, bitch, pet me. Yeah. So, Miss Veronica, I don't know. I'm looking to see where you are. I think you're still over here. I was waiting to see. I don't know if you're at work or what's up, but this nostalgic aspect that is causing you to learn Greek mythology, good. Whatever it is that this nostalgic aspect is causing you to dive down and learn about, you are absolutely on the right track. And I know we've been delving down the rabbit hole trying to find a lot of different things that have to do with your path, your spiritual path, things like that. This is right. You're not overthinking things, and you're learning the things you need to learn. So a lot of times one rabbit hole will lead to another, to another, to another, to another, to another. And then suddenly you're like, I don't even know how the fuck I ended up over here when I was up here. But this is where you needed to be anyway. Okay? I wish I could bottle that up. And I just give it to everybody. I would just give it to everybody. He's the sweetest dog. So, the thing I also love is this green loops down and around that yellow. Meaning that this is also a path of abundance for you. So I don't know which Greek deity it is that is poking you right now, that's helping you along your way, but yeah. Oh, yay! I'm so glad this is validation. I'm glad this is validation. Sometimes that's all I am, and I'm totally down to be validation. Good. I'm glad. And that makes me really happy. That makes me really happy. Yeah. Oh my God, what is Moosh? I know, he's like the sweetest. There. Oh, I wanted you guys to see his eyebrows and his Fu Manchu. There, look here. No, look here. Here. He looks like Sir Digimus from the Labyrinth. And it's awesome. There he is. And he is literally just the sweetest dog. He's the sweetest dog ever. Belkin? No, ma'am. You got to curl me today. No, ma'am. Love her. Persephone, but Apollo. Apollo is an interesting deity to work with. Yeah. Apollo is an interesting deity to work with. I'm glad that this was validation for you. And I'm glad that I got to give you said validation. That makes me so happy. And hey, y'all should all watch Labyrinth. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. See? Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad, Kathy. I'm glad I could help. All right. Oh, I missed you too, girl. I missed you too. I know I haven't been on reading a lot. I've had a lot of shit going on, and y'all can expect me to be in your faces a lot more. All right. Miss Heather Ventura, you ready? Woo, that's like all the ribbons, Heather. All the ribbons. White over here. Then you have the silver, then you have the pink, then you have the purple way down curled up in there, and then you have the black, and then you have the yellow, and then you have the, good Lord, and the green. Girl, this is so much. Heather, this is so much. Shit. Yeah, you cannot not pet Bear when he's in your lap. I'm just letting you guys know. See, watch. You're going to pet him, whether you want to or not. So just let it happen. This is so much, Heather. This right here tells me that you're overwhelmed as fuck. You're so overwhelmed that you have no idea which way is up, which way is sideways, which way is whatever, which way is just stop. So your protections are actually working for and against a lot of things. Your protections are working against your abundance, but for your self-love. Your abundance is working for your happiness, but against your spiritual self. Against your connectivity. Ooh. Okay. So here's what I'm going to say, Heather. You're going to have to start unpacking this stuff one thing at a time. It doesn't matter which one of these ribbons you pull. It's going to topple something else. Okay? So what I'm going to recommend is this. This white ribbon up here is going to be the easiest to pull without toppling anything else. White is knowledge and cleansing. I would recommend pausing in whatever it is you're learning, reading, diving down, etc. Just pause. You don't have to stop. Just pause. Okay? Pause. Because I pulled that out and it didn't cause a problem with anything. The next thing that's not going to cause a problem are your gifts. Now, I am not going to tell you to turn them off. So don't stress. Ooh, that was a big hug. I loved it. I loved it. You guys, okay, so I know this is a condition. I know this is like some condition because I mentioned it one time and somebody's like, oh, it's a blah, blah, blah. It really is a thing. I'm like, that's creepy. And then I'm also glad that I'm not the only one that has this. You know, when you have something little bitty, like a little tiny dog, Zeus, it's so bad with Zeus, but it's bad with Bear too. When they do that and they're so fucking cute, I'm like, I just want to squeeze you till you fucking pop. I just want to squeeze the shit out of you. So that's why I tell them all the time. I just want to fucking squeeze you till you pop. It is what it is. So the next thing, Heather, is these gifts here. This is actually, I thought it was the silver ribbon, but it's not. It's the gold ribbon. This is the divine masculine. So if we pull it, nothing changed over here either. Okay? So just pause in your learning. You're too connected to your divine masculine. So kind of let that calm, let that chill a little bit. Okay? From there, it's up to you which one you want to pull next. Because now they're really, really tangled together. Okay? What I would recommend is this. Is pulling this one right here. Which is your protections. That wasn't as bad. Hi, Zeus's. That wasn't as bad. It didn't topple a lot of things. And it's literally just kind of like pausing it. Okay? Don't undo them. Just pause it. Vulcan, go on. The next thing I would say would be the self-love. Now, the rest of these are tangled together. There's no way to pull one without pulling the others. So, it's going to be up to you. You're going to have to undo them carefully and then put them back together in a better order. That's how you're going to get out of this overwhelmed aspect, okay? But one of my friends said something to me the other day after I had to let people go for my shop and I was like super overwhelmed with everything. She said, just start in one corner and work your way out. And that's kind of what I've done. It's some of the best advice I've ever got. It's exactly what I'd recommend, honey, okay? Just start in one corner and work your way out. Okay? All right. Oh. I'm going to go put her up. And I'll be right back. And then I got Miss Joy Peters. Hang on, Zeus's. Belkin. Come on, Belkin. Nope. Come on. Great. I don't even know what the hell YouTube are barking over. See, they got so excited. I'm like, you guys don't even know why you're barking. You don't even know why you're barking. You're just barking to bark. All right. Miss Joy Peters. Ready? I love them. Joy is going to be easy. So, Joy, I pulled out the black, the pink, and the light blue. And the light blue is underneath of everything. So, it's so funny. And that it's really simple, but it's really hard at the same time. There's an aspect in your past, because in this moment, the black does not mean protection. It means something that needs to be banished. Okay? It's something that needs to be banished. This is some really deep trauma that has to deal with your own self-love. I have a feeling it has to deal with family as well. Because I don't feel like this is a relationship thing because of the nostalgia. And because of how the black ribbon sits. You really, really need to... I'd recommend doing something to help cleanse your space, to cleanse you, to cleanse everything to do with this situation. And then I would do a return, sending all this shit right back. The reason that I say that this is also a family, something family-wise, is because in no way... So if this was something love, relationship-wise, there would be a red ribbon here. There's not. The fact that this is over that, this blue ribbon, this nostalgia, has this underlying thing that keeps popping up. Because it keeps popping up, it's got to be dealt with. It's a little tiny thing, but it's becoming a bigger issue. It's becoming a bigger issue. So I'll probably reiterate this a few times while I'm reading, guys, but my mods are doing their best to help out. Right now, there's only 2 of us answering messages. We're having an issue getting to all of them. Tiffany had a procedure the other day, and I am making her rest. Like, she's trying to work, and I'm telling her, no, it's okay. I need you to rest. I want you to rest, okay? She's really, really weak, and she needs to sleep. So, my schedule is insane. I really just need to have somebody come and follow me with a fucking video camera all day and just do a live, an all-day live, so you guys can see my fucking day. I'm trying to get to messages when I can. And Sassy McSass Pants is doing her best to keep up with the messages. There's a fuck ton. I have 4,000 emails. If you guys are emailing me, just know I'm probably not going to get it. Because everything that gets sent to the site also gets sent to my email, and it buries the emails I need to see. It's stupid. I really need a reality show, a Bodhi reality show. Because I don't think people understand. I don't just do this. I don't just do lives. I don't just do TikTok. I have all of this other stuff I do on the outside, and I'm fixing to start one humongous project and a new business venture on top of that. Capricorn. So, anyway, Miss Joy. I would recommend doing a cleanse, getting your stuff cleansed and protected first, and then returning all of this shit to whatever family aspect this is. Because it is gonna continue to cause problems if you don't. Okay? It's gonna continue to cause problems if you don't. And then I'm gonna have to throat punch somebody in their sleep spiritually because you and me is friends, and I don't like this. Y'all don't understand, man. Like, I try to be nice and cool, but sometimes when I see certain things, and I get mad, because especially if I read for you guys more than once, like, we're friends. We're friends. Whether you know it or not, we're friends. So when I see something like that, I'm like, oh, the fuck with my friend. Like, I try to be nice and calm and balanced. But I am the epitome of the Capricorn. And I will hold a grudge like nobody's fucking business. So here's what I would say, Joy. Because a lot of times I'll have people say, well, I don't know who this would be. I don't know who this would be. They will happily tell on themselves. When you start, and this is for any of you guys. When you start doing a cleanse, you start with you, okay? Start internally. And here's how you start internally. You guys ready? Roll up my sleeves a little bit here. I mean, I make a spiritual purification tea. I'm happy to sell it to you. But you can literally take some water, some lime, and some anise seed. Not star anise seed. And you can get it at the grocery store. They look like little chia seeds in a way. Yes, they have a licorice taste, but you don't really taste it. Literally put the seeds and the lime in the water. I drink lime water all the time. Lime is for spiritual purification. Anise is for the same thing, but protective. Drink you a big glass of that. It's actually really good, believe it or not. You can't taste the licorice aspect to it. Drink a glass of it. Take a bath or a shower. Cleanse your aura. Cleanse your space. Literally. Just those little tiny steps. Then put your protection in place. The person that is doing this will tell on themselves. Like that. They will tell on themselves. Good night, Skylar. So, yeah. No, don't add anything else to it, y'all. Don't add anything else to it. Water, lime, and anise seed. That's it. Water, lime, and anise seed. You don't need to add anything else to it. And if you don't like water, trust me, if you put the lime in there, it's not going to taste like water. I love water with fresh lime. So even when I'm at restaurants, that's what I drink. Water with lime. I drink water with the lime almost every day, yes. Because of what I do. I am dealing with people and spiritual issues on TikTok, off TikTok, repeatedly all day, every single day of my life. So, yeah. Yeah. It doesn't upset my tummy, no. But I don't drink a ton of it either. Well, I take that back. I mean, some days I'll drink 4 or 5 glasses. So yeah. Yep. Joy, I would do that, and they're going to tell on themselves. You'll very quickly find out who this is. You'll very quickly find out who this is. And then I'm on it if you need me. I'm on it, Joy. I'm on it. What you doing, Care Bear? Yeah. They'll tell on themselves, trust me. Okay, let me see what I'm doing for Miss Legala here, because there we go. Oh, I fucked up my list. Fuck. All right, Miss Legala Poo. All right, let me get the ribbons out. There's always one that wants to hide. All right. Here you go, Miss Legala. You're welcome, Miss Joy, honey. Yeah, if you guys are ever curious who's fucking with you, you can do those little bitty steps. And by cleansing your aura, literally all you have to do is get some salt, non-iodized sea salt, or pink Himalayan salt. I don't want that. Either take a bath in it, or nope, you drink the anise seed too. Or you can take a shower, just get a little bowl, put it in there, dip your sponge in it. But to cleanse your aura, you cleanse out here. When your aura is cleansed and open, so everybody's like, how is your aura so bright? Because I do that in the shower at least 3 times a week. I've done it twice in one day after having a really tough spiritual day. But when it's like that, you'll feel out here. You'll feel it. Like just like this, even though it's my hand, I can feel it, and it's a weird feeling. When you cleanse yourself inside and outside, and then you cleanse your space, and really all you have to do to cleanse your space, if you guys don't want to use sage or burning thing, you don't have to. You can literally mix some salt and pepper together and put it in every corner of every space of your house. Even the closets. A pinch. Work like you're painting the floor. Put it on the windowsills if you want to. Put it on the door frames if you want to. But all you have to do, work like you're painting the floor. Do not open a window. Do not open a door, because you're basically chasing whatever it is out the door. Now your space and you are cleansed and protected. Whoever is doing the bullshit will happily tell on themselves, because suddenly they're cut off from whatever it was they were doing to you. And they're going to miss that energy, and they will tell on you. Tell on them. I promise. All right, Miss Legala. So I pulled all of this, but I felt like there was something else, and I'm glad I pulled it. So let's start up here. You have the alligator tooth. You have a plum pit, excuse me. You have a shell. So you have tenacity. You have grounding. You have self-love. Then this right here is Larkovite for spiritual protection. You have your personal power. This is up here in like a little clump, and everything else is down like this. So let's talk about the clump here. Okay? Let's talk about the clump. I almost said, why are you being so secretive about your own personal power? But I think I understand. You've had a level up, my dear. You've had a very intense level up. And it's making you pull into yourself a little bit. Sometimes when we go through a very intense level up, we pull into ourselves a little bit because we're really contemplating if we're crazy or not. So you've had this massive level up, And it's caused you to kind of pull back from people around you. And I think some of this is manifesting a lot in you guys lately in the form of anxiety, in the form of depression, or something. And everybody's chalking it up to stress and anxiety. Now, don't get me wrong. The world is a fucking dumpster fire right now. We're all stressed out. But it's okay that you've pulled into yourself a little bit, Legala. It's okay. It's all right. I'm not going to tell you not to do that. In fact, I think it's a good thing for right now, okay? Because out here, but let me say this first, like, this is awesome, and you need to, when you guys go through a level up and your gifts are suddenly heightened, fucking play with them, man. How are you going to use them? How are you going to learn to use them if you don't practice? If you don't play with the gift you got? I'm just saying what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Okay? When you guys go through a level up, when you have a gift pop out, fucking use it. Play with it. That's what it's for. You're never going to learn to control it if you don't use it. Okay? Now, all this stuff out here is interesting because you have the snake head over here upside down. Then you have a bobcat knuckle. The snake head is rebirth, but it's upside down. The bobcat knuckle is kind of stealth. Then you have a warthog tusk, which is kind of in the middle. And I'm kind of reading that with an interesting meaning, and I'll tell you why. Because it's curved this way toward this stuff. Warthogs are both pack protective. Like, mom warthogs are some of the, mom pigs in general, are some of the most scary fucking animals ever. Pigs in general are scary. And it's curved over this, protecting this. Then you have this big, like, silver trinket I have, which is the connection to the divine feminine. Then you also have a titanium quartz, which is also a connection to not only the divine feminine, but the moon. Then over here, you have a piece of green sea glass, which is connection to water and grounding. You have a muskrat tooth up here, which is determination. Then you have a silver moon, which is actually upside down, which it's funny that those two are like that. Then you have a fox claw up here, which is sneakiness. So here's another reason why I said it's okay that you're pulling into yourself, that you're not really playing with this gift outwardly where everybody can see. This doesn't bother me over here. It tells me that you just went through a level up. You do not need a rebirth right now, that you need to be protective of yourself, your perseverance, your connection to the divine, that connection to the divine feminine that you've had come in. I mean, literally kind of playing with all the elements here. However, another reason that you're pulling into yourself is whoever this is over here. The fox in this case, normally, so when you're reading bones, it just kind of depends what's with what. Every animal has a meaning. Everything has a meaning. The fox in this case is sneakiness. It's trickery. Because this moon trinket is upside down. It's face down. Then you have this determination right here. This is someone that's kind of determined to undermine this. It's like they kind of know you went through a level up. And I don't know if they are cutting you down, if they're cutting at your self-esteem. I don't know what they're doing. But they're doing it on purpose. And I don't understand why you might or you might not. But one of the things that I'm going to tell you to do, Legala, if you don't know immediately who this person is when I mention them, because they're doing it very stealthily, very trickery, very, very trickster-like. If you don't know who this is, I would recommend putting boundaries in place, putting energy in place, or not energy, putting stops in place for your energy and pulling your energy back. Literally pulling your energy back, protecting your space, and putting up these boundaries. So one thing with a lot of this stuff that this is showing me here is that, and this is kind of going to sound weird, but what I'm seeing when I'm looking at this, you've almost learned to put up an energetic boundary, like these huge light walls around your space. Do that. Play with that new gift. And watch who gets angry. Watch who gets angry. This isn't somebody that lives with you. Watch who gets angry. You're going to know who it is that's doing this. I think they've been doing this for a very long time, and it hasn't really mattered because you haven't really leveled up in the way that you have recently. And you've leveled the fuck up. And I think that you're going to be surprised at who this is. Probably a little hurt. Unfortunately, some of the people closest to us are also sometimes some of the ones that are working against us the hardest. And I'm sorry for that. Because it's not nice of them to do. But yeah, here we are. So, practice with those light walls, Legala. Pull your energy back. Protect your space, then pull your energy back and see who gets pissed. Who gets angry. Who reaches out that you haven't heard from in a long time. Suddenly like, hey! And you're like, what the fuck are you contacting me for? It better be a light bulb going off in your head. I haven't heard from you in 2 years. What? Wait, I haven't heard from you in 2 years. Now I'm hearing from you. They always will tell on themselves. Okay? People are interesting, guys, especially when they are some kind of energy vampire, when they're used to tuning into your energy and utilizing it, having an untapped access to it. When that's cut off, they'll tattle on themselves like that. So, all right, Miss Jacqueline. So I have you down for 2 of these. So, you got your first question? I love you too, sugar. You gonna come see me when I'm in Dallas? All right. Woo! Stay in my fingers, you little shit. All right, ready? You got your first question, Miss Jacqueline? So all I need you to do is think about it. It just has to be a yes or no question. Okay? Ready? Well, I threw one out of the bowl. So this first one is going to be a humongous yes. A humongous yes. With a but. Yes, but. The fact that this one flung way the fuck over there, there is something that has to be removed from your life with the yes. Does that make sense? Something has to be removed. But the answer is yes. Does that make sense? Got your second one? Why did that make me yawn? So throwing these was like, oh, this is so heavy. I may be getting the sleepy stupids. So those of you guys that have reads coming up, y'all are going to get a good one. Ready? Ready for your second one? Hey, I'm funny. I'm just saying. Here we go. That one's going to be a complete no. That's a mega no. Super no. All the big no. So. Super yes, but something has to be removed. And then this is an absolute no. And then here's what's even funnier. It's like absolute no, and then when you try to redo it and go in the other way, again, no. That's what you needed to hear? Good. So it makes sense? I'm sorry. Sometimes I hate that because it's like, that's what I needed to hear. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Because sometimes what you need to hear and what you want to hear aren't the right thing. Good. I'm glad. I hope I helped a little bit. All right, Eric, you ready? Good and bad? Gotcha. Y'all want to see what all's in here? I'm just going to show you all of this. This is what all's in my personal bone reading kit. All of those things. And I add more stuff to it all the time. All of these things. So yeah. A lot of shit. In fact, I haven't added to it in a while. I probably need to add more. You see why I love this bowl? I just go, ba-da! Gotcha. I gotcha. I understand. So, I threw this and then I threw something else because, yeah. So up here you have the buffalo, which is wisdom. You have the peach pit, which is two different things. So I'm going to tell you both. First, peaches stand for happiness. They stand for abundance. They also stand for banishment and cutting something off, exorcism. Then there's a rolled up scroll, which also is knowledge, but more book smart, where this wisdom over here can be anything. This is more book smart. Then you have the shell, which is grounding. This is a big piece of petrified wood, which is also grounding back to the earth. This is more like water, etc. Underneath here, there we go, is that muskrat tooth. Then you have the star anise. This is like perseverance. Then you have the star anise. Then you have the rattlesnake head standing on its butt. I don't know how, well, its nose, I guess. No, that's its butt. Then you have the piece of sea glass up here. So, I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, I feel like this is confirmation. The more you know, the more you cut off. The more you know, the more you want to learn, the more you've dived down the rabbit hole. The more you dive down the rabbit hole, the more grounded you feel, and the more you feel that you can go with the flow. But the more grounded you feel and the more you feel you can go with the flow, the less determined you get to do things, because it's like, if it happens, it happens. So it's like with all of this, you're kind of becoming the dude. Then here you have the star anise, which is spiritual protection. And it's over here by itself. So this is coming. So whatever it is, whatever path it is you're learning, whatever path it is you're diving down, I'm not saying you're not spiritually protected now, but we all hit different levels of protection. We all hit different levels of knowledge, of so on, all the time. And as our knowledge goes up, our protections have to go up. Your knowledge has gone way up and your protections are struggling to keep up. It's like you had this interesting shove forward. With spiritual knowledge. I would not be surprised to know if you had one of those like zaps, like you wake up and you're just like, I know all these things. You know, like in the Matrix where they plug Neo in and then he learns Kung Fu and he comes back out and he's like, I know Kung Fu. That happened. You know Kung Fu. Like that's what happened. So because of that, waking up, you're like, I don't need to do these things anymore. So you cut off a whole bunch of behaviors. Then you were like, now I want to learn about all of this. Why do I want to learn about all of this? So you dive down that rabbit hole. When you dive down that rabbit hole, it opens up these other epiphanies like, I just need to go with the flow. And then you get more grounded. And then you're like, Now it's almost like you lose your drive in a way because you're so fucking grounded and you're like, you know what? The universe is going to bring whatever to me. I'll be right here. Now you just have this spiritual protection that's leveling up with you. It's almost there. Like, see, you can see how close it is. It's almost there. What's interesting about this is the next thing coming is a massive rebirth. I'm gonna yawn. Anyway, it's coming. Is a massive rebirth. So here's what's funny. With this rebirth is also comes this, which is kind of a little bit of an epiphany and enlightenment here. That's what the sea glass represents. Beautiful, clear chunk of sea glass. So then it starts to cycle again. So you're caught in a loop, but a good loop. You are completely on whatever spiritual path you're supposed to be on. You found it, you stepped on it, and you're walking it. So when we start walking our spiritual path, guys, it's a loop. It's a spiral. It's a spiral. We just continue to go. We continue to walk away from our ego and walk toward our enlightenment. Really? We walk toward our enlightenment as we let go of who we used to be. It's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So I would not be surprised to know that you had a major shift, a major change, even to the point where people are already like, you're changed, you're different, why are you doing this? Blah, 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 blah. That's going to happen repeatedly. This is for Eric, but this is for all of you guys too. When you get on the path you're supposed to be on and you're going this spiral, you're going to repeatedly have people that you thought were going to be in your life a long time. Like, it's my best friend. They're never going to leave. The universe is a sick joker sometimes. Y'all will get to the point where you'll start to know when someone's going to leave your life. Everything's going to be great. There's going to be no outward inclinations. You just have a feeling they're not going to be around very much longer. And you're going to start to grieve and you're going to start to get sad before whatever it is ever happens for them to leave your life. It's dumb. Sounds like a great gift to have, is not. Then you're going to get to the point where when you meet someone, you start to get an idea pretty quickly of how long they're going to be in your life. That's a shit gift to have. It sucks. You will get there. You're welcome. This is why a lot of people that are very far along their spiritual path are alone. Did you guys ever see the Black Mirror where they have this little device, they go on a date, and the little device tells them how long they're going to be together? Whether it's 10 years or 2 dates or 45 minutes. And they stick to that like glue. So say they're together 2 months. After the first date, they leave in this little car, they go to a house, they live together 2 months, and then they just split up. And you'll be like, well, that'd be a cool thing to know. It's not. It's not. And yeah, you do cherish the people. You do cherish the time you have. You do cherish new people when they come in. But you start to realize that they're coming into your life because you're the springboard for them to move on spiritually, whatever it is. It sucks, but it's great at the same time to know that you can push somebody forward on their path, that you are a stone to help them reach their enlightenment. That's kind of where you're headed, Eric. I'm just letting you know. So after this next rebirth and this next enlightenment over here, just know you're probably going to be hitting that point where you start to kind of realize, holy fuck, I've known this person for like 14 years and now I feel like they're not going to be in my life very much longer. It's not that you feel like they're going to die or something like that. It's just that you're like, I don't think they're going to be in my life very much longer. You just get this feeling. You know it's time to split ways. So, continue being the dude. Make sure you remember the rug ties the room together. The spiritual protection is coming, okay? The rebirth is coming. The enlightenment is coming. The next part of the spiral is coming. You're on the right path, Eric. You're on the right path. Don't stress about it, okay? Because I saw that you said you'd been feeling like you needed to be on a path. Don't stress about it, hon, okay? All right? Yeah. That help you? Hey, we were at 3:33. You're welcome. I love you right back. I love you right back. All right. Sean, are you here? I don't know if he's still here because it's pretty late now. My sorry. So, Sean's starts about 2 minutes and 45 minutes. Oh, there you are, Sean. Y'all, Sean made me the most amazing staff. And I absolutely will be taking it with me. So, one thing, do you know, so Sean, I'm curious, do you know why you put the metal ring on the bottom? Like, did you have a reason for it? Because I'll tell you what I thought of as soon as I saw it. If you guys haven't seen it, there are photos of it on my Instagram. There should be. I will make sure. There should be. So did you put it on there to do with the fire element? I'm just going to ask that. So did you know that a lot of times, and a lot of you guys may not know this, but on a walking stick, especially one that's meant for hiking, some of them have metal pieces on the end, metal rings, metal rods, whatever. They can actually be used to be struck against flint, which can be found all over the U.S. To start fire. So it's actually a survivalist tool. Just saying. Yeah. All right. Got your question, Sean? You ready? I love it. That part caught my eye first. I was like, there is a metal ring on the end of that. That's awesome. All right. Here you go. Well, you're throwing one in the floor. This would be a humongous yes. That's a huge yes. Now I gotta find where my other one went before my dog finds it. Well, actually, the littles don't give a shit. This went all the way in the floor. But yeah, this is a humongous yes. Big, big, huge yes. Well, it wasn't touching before I moved the ball. Not good, huh? I'm sorry. See? I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Is that not the answer you wanted? Now it makes me feel bad. Even though it's not like I control which way they went, but yeah, I'm sorry. Sometimes it's what has to happen. Sometimes it's what has to happen. Get me to throat punch? All right. I mean, I'm down. I'm down. I can do that. Just let me know. Just let me know. So I've got Miss Phoenix with a bone read, and then I've got Kim, and then I've got Michelle. So let me do this. Because Phoenix's is going to take just a second longer. You're welcome, sweetheart. Let me do Kim's and Michelle's really quickly, and that way I can spend the time on Phoenixes. So I have a feel. Why do I feel like you need extra time, Phoenix? I don't know where you're watching, so I'm going to give you the eye on both of them. All right, Miss Kim, you ready? This is for you. I don't know if you're still here or if you've got your question. You ready? Yours is going to be a not right now, Kim. That is a not right now. So, yeah. So, I've had people ask me that. This is how I was taught to read. I was taught that if they touch, if they cross, that's a no. That's a no. If they don't touch, that's a yes. Now, I read with 4. See how these are touching, but they're not crossed. This is a not right now. In fact, what I would say is there's 2 things that have to happen before this can be a thing, before it can be a yes. Does that make sense? But here's what I'm going to say too. Just because I read different from somebody else or they read different from me does not mean that any of it is right or wrong. It's just different traditions and different ways of doing things. Here's a good case in point. How many of you guys are familiar with horseshoes hanging over a door? I guarantee almost all of you are, especially if you grew up anywhere in the U.S. You have gone somewhere and seen a horseshoe hanging over a door. So here's the thing. We all know that means luck, right? That wind's insane. So we all know that that means luck. But do you hang them like this or do you hang them like this? I was taught they always go like this because you want to catch your luck. However, there's also a tradition where they go like this to drop the luck over anyone that walks through the door. So which way is right? If your tradition, if your practice, how you learn from your ancestors is that it goes like this, then it absolutely should go like that in your home, in your place. If you learned that it goes like this from your ancestors, from whatever, then it absolutely should go like that. You see what I'm saying? Even though I walk in, I'm taught that they go like this. You want to catch the luck. You want the luck. But I do understand that too. So I've walked in places and seen them like this and gone, ooh. But then I'm like, you know what? That's how they were taught to hang them. Just like every practice is different. Hoodoo is much different from regular witchcraft, from a Celtic practice. Norse is different from an Asian practice. You see what I'm saying? So even though there are herbs that are found all around the world and they generally mean the same thing, they can be used in different capacities. So one of the things that cracks me up too is here on TikTok, and I'll do a video. That's what really cracks me up. I'll do a video and people are like, oh my God, you can't use this for this and blah, 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 blah. Or they don't know it's for this or this, or I'll see comments on other things. And I'm like, okay, first of all, your comment tells me you haven't been practicing very long at all. Second of all, it tells me that you are in a completely different practice than the person that you're commenting on their video. It's not ever all or nothing with a practice. It's never all or nothing with a practice. Even Christianity is not all or nothing with a practice. It's not. Everything is balanced. Everything has gray. Everything is balanced. People, I don't understand that on TikTok, that gets forgotten. The TikTok is not the way, witch talk is not the way the real world works when it comes to spiritual practices. It's not the way the real world works. Some of it is, but not all of it. It kind of cracks me up a little bit. I am as pale as they come. Like, you could probably see through me if you really tried. I'm that pale. However, and I've had people tell me, you can't use this or this or this because you're not native. I was raised that way. I was adopted by a father who is Cherokee and Potawatomi. I was raised with those traditions. That's my culture. That's my family. Those are my ancestors. I was raised that way. I am not going to not do the things that I was raised to do. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? My grandma was like a medicine practitioner. I am not going to not do the things I was raised to do. I literally was the redheaded stepchild. If they hadn't wanted me to learn as a kid, they wouldn't have taught me that. And I was taught things as a kid from the time I was little, 5, 6 years old. You cannot look at somebody and know what their practice is. You can't. You can't. So yeah. All right. All right, Michelle. You ready? We'll do Michelle and then we'll do Phoenix. Ready, Michelle? Here we go. Here we go. That'd be a yes. It'd be a yes. None of these are touching. So, that'd be a big yes, Miss Michelle. Is that a good yes? Because I always hate that. Sometimes I'm like, yes, it's a yes. And then people are like, oh God, no, that's bad. I'm like, sorry. I'm sorry. So hopefully it's a good yes. Yeah. I don't know what's up with my hair. We're just going to I've decided here lately my hair can just do its own fucking thing. I don't care. I don't care. I do care. Is that a congratulations is in order? Is that what that yes is? I just want to know. All right, Phoenix. You ready? Oh, somebody drank all my shit. Boo. Someone drank all my pop. There's another good case in point. It's not just in the spiritual practice. When I was in basic training, half of us were from like the South and the other half were from the North, like way up north. There were a few of us from like Oklahoma and Texas, and I know that's not technically the South. I consider it the South. I know it's not, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm sorry. See, that makes me feel bad. I'm sorry. But, yeah, pop and soda. I've said pop. Like, my grandparents said Coke. They always said, we're going to go get a Coke. Didn't matter if it was Coke or not. Like, I don't like Coke. Pop. I say pop. There were people in basic training that got in fist fights over this. And I'm like, who gives a fuck? It's the same thing. We can't drink it anyway. It's the same shit. It's the same shit. All right, Phoenix, you ready? I didn't serve that long, y'all. Yeah. Yeah, the Coke no matter what. Yeah, yeah. All right, Phoenix. Ready? All right. So, Peach Pit, Raccoon Fang, Raccoon Fang, Bobcat Tooth, Star Anise, Coyote Molar, 2 pieces of zebra, Deer Dewclaw, Rabbit Bone, Turtle Bone. Oh, I was in the Army, y'all. I actually got accepted into the Marine Corps band and the Army band. And at the very last minute, I decided that I was going to be an MP because I'm stupid. Y'all, I was not in very long. I don't consider myself served at all. Okay. I was in one of the first rounds of co-ed basic in the mid 90s. And we had detachments of Marines on our base. And one of them took a liking to me because I got in his face. They let them eat during chow with brand new recruits, and he was picking on my battle buddy, and my 5'3" self, 5'4" self got in a 6'4" dude's face to the point that my drill sergeant had to step in between us. I didn't get in trouble because I was standing up for my buddy, but after basic and stuff like that, we kind of got stuck in limbo because this was right before Bosnia. So they didn't know if they were sending us to South Korea or to Bosnia. So we got stuck just waiting. And in breaking up a fight one night, I got the fuck beat out of me. He got the fuck beat out of him too. Just saying what I'm saying. But yeah, I was medically discharged. I don't consider myself anything. I don't consider myself anything. So yeah, I didn't do anything. Except break a nose and some ribs. And I'm proud of that. So I played the trumpet. I actually quit cheerleading in high school to play the trumpet. I was a massive band nerd. I was all-state jazz. Yeah. Loved me the trumpet. So yeah. All right, Phoenix. Let's talk about Phoenix. Phoenix, 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 Phoenix. I'm going to start here because this right here goes out like that. Okay? High five to all the banners. High five to all the banners. You have a couple of very strong people on your team. The zebra represents teamwork, okay? But here's the thing. They're working against each other. Because this one is up and this one is down. One is right side up, one is upside down. So you have this great group of people. You have some of them working for you, and literally the other one's working against you. Because of that, here's what's going on here. The ones working for you, the ones working for your highest good, are doing everything they can to promote this inner peace. The deer stands for peace. It stands for enlightenment. They're doing everything they can for that. They're also trying to protect you spiritually from the coyote in this instance. So coyote represents two different things, okay? The coyote represents the pack mentality. Protecting the pack. Working together as a team. It also represents a trickster mentality and nothing good in a lot of Native American cultures. But it's a powerful animal. So, the ones that are working in your highest good are also working to protect you from a lot of that trickster energy. They're working to banish. The raccoon represents intelligence, but it's also a trickster spirit. The bobcat is danger. It's dangerous. They're working to banish that stuff from your life. Like the people and the piece that's right side up is much smaller than the piece that's upside down. I love this heater, but goddamn. Gonna die. But if I turn it off, it's cold as fuck outside, so then I'm gonna freeze. So, Phoenix. You have a smaller amount of people working to do all of this shit. And they're doing a pretty good job at it. And then you have a larger group that is upside down that's working against you. They're working to cause problems both with your peace and your tenacity, like your ability to overcome, and also with your inner strength. This is what I'm looking at. I'm going to see if I can show you guys without it moving too much. So here's the little zebra. There's the big zebra. See how this one's upside down, that one's right side up? So here's all the things that these people are working to help you do. And here's the things that these are undermining. So, I didn't even see that. This is a piece of fluorite. And notice, I'm going to pick it up and show you the shape. Notice the shape, how pointed it is. Notice the sharpness of that. Fluorite stands for the mind and mentality. The pointed edge was sticking out underneath this. I only saw it when I turned it. Honey, I don't know who these people are that's represented by the zebra part being upside down. They're literally fucking with your mind. They're fucking with your self-esteem. They're fucking with your brain. Like, they're doing everything they can to undermine you. This is a very toxic relationship. And it's more than one person. I don't know if this is a friend group. I don't know if this is a work environment. I don't know if it's family. But they are doing everything they can to undermine you. This up here, these few people up here that are on your side, that are working for you, that are doing everything they can, are extremely powerful, and they're protecting you from the vast majority of this shit. These people, I don't even know the right thing to say about those people. Because that's wrong as fuck. That's wrong as fuck. These people are fantastic. So when you have the people that are working to help you, say you're hanging out, suddenly someone comes up and they kind of stiffen up, they have a whole change in their body language, pay attention to that, because they know who these other people are. They can feel it from these other people. When you guys have anybody around you that really has your highest good in mind, they truly have your highest good in mind, and you know this. And then somebody else comes up and their whole demeanor changes. Their whole demeanor changes. Their body language stiffens up. They get really quiet. It's because they know damn well that this person that's just walked up does not have your highest interest in mind, your highest good in mind. Just saying what I'm saying. I cannot believe how insane the wind is outside. It's crazy. It's going to be a fun, stormy spring. Yeah. With that, I'm going to refresh my list. I'm pretty sure that's everybody. But I'm going to refresh my list just to be sure. So if I do have anybody left, it's just a couple of yes, no bone reads. I will do these again because I love doing them. I love doing them. So make sure that you guys are members of my site, because I will actually plan everything out so you guys will know when I'm going to be doing these. Okay? And then that way, you guys can get in on it next time. If you guys are just joining, my list is closed. I am finished reading for the evening because it's almost 1. It's almost 1. I've been reading since, how long have I been reading? 9:30? Yeah. A while. So I'm going to go put some food in my face. See how cute that looks too? I literally had this sitting on my coffee table for forever and no one knew what it was. It was awesome. It was awesome. So anyway, I'm going to close YouTube out here. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube. I appreciate it.